The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. Hence, it is a subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected. The art of war is governed by 5 constant factors: the moral law, heaven, earth, the commander, and method and discipline. The moral law causes the people to be in complete accord with their ruler, so that they will follow him regardless of their lives, undismayed by any danger. Heaven signifies night and day, cold and heat, times and seasons. Earth comprises distances, great and small, danger and security, open ground and narrow passes, the chances of life and death. The commander stands for the virtues of wisdom, sincerity, benevolence, courage, and strictness. Method and discipline mean the marshaling of the army in its proper subdivisions, of the graduations of rank among officers, the maintenance of roads for supplies, and the control of military expenditure. The general that hearkens to counsel and acts upon it will conquer. Let such a one be retained in command. The general that hearkens not will suffer defeat. Let such a one be dismissed. While heading the profit of counsel, avail yourself also of any helpful circumstances beyond the ordinary rules. According as circumstances are favorable, one should modify one's plan. All warfare is based on deception. When able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must seem inactive. When near, make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, make him believe we are near. Hold out baits to entice the enemy. Feign disorder and crush him. If he is secure at all points, be prepared for him. If he is in superior strength, evade him. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. If he is taking his ease, give him no rest. If his forces are united, separate them. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. The general who wins a battle makes many calculations before the battle is fought. The general who loses makes few calculations. Many calculations lead to victory, few to defeat. No calculations lead to loss. In the operations of war, with thousands of chariots and mail-clad soldiers, the expenditure at home and front will reach the total of 1,000 ounces of silver per day. Such is the cost of raising an army. If victory is long in coming, weapons will dull and ardor will dampen. Protracted campaigns exhaust strength and strain resources. There is no instance of a country benefiting from prolonged warfare. Rapidity in bringing it to a close is key. The skillful soldier does not raise a second levy. Neither are his supply wagons loaded more than twice. Bring war material from home, but forage on the enemy to have food enough for needs. When engaging in battle, rouse men to anger, to reap advantage from victory. They must have rewards. Rewards are necessary to make soldiers see advantage in beating the enemy. In practical art of war, the best is to take enemy's country whole and intact. To destroy it is not so good. The highest form of generalship is to break enemy's resistance without fighting. The skillful leader subdues enemy without fighting. He captures cities without siege, overthrows kingdoms without lengthy operations. If forces of 10 to enemies 1, surround him. If 5 to 1, attack. If twice as numerous, divide army into 2 to attack front and rear. He who knows the enemy and himself need not fear 100 battles. He who knows himself but not enemy will suffer as many defeats as victories. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond possibility of defeat, then wait for an opportunity to defeat enemy. One may know how to conquer without being able to do it. Standing on the defensive indicates insufficient strength, attacking superabundance of strength. The consummate leader cultivates the moral law and strictly adheres to method and discipline and controls success. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow, decision to the releasing of a trigger. Simulated disorder postulates perfect discipline. Simulated fear postulates courage. Simulated weakness postulates strength. Thus, one skillful at keeping enemy on the move maintains deceitful appearances, according to which enemy will act. He sacrifices something that enemy may snatch at. The energy developed by good fighting men is as the momentum of a round stone rolled thousands of feet down a mountain. Whoever is first in the field and awaits the enemy will be fresh for the fight. Whoever is second and hastens to battle arrives exhausted. The clever combatant imposes his will on the enemy, but does not allow enemy's will to be imposed on him. By holding out advantages, cause enemy to approach of his own accord, or by inflicting damage, make it impossible for enemy to draw near. Appear at points which enemy must hasten to defend, march swiftly to places where you are not expected. You can be sure of success if you attack undefended places and ensure safety by holding positions that cannot be attacked. Conceal your dispositions and you will be safe from spies and the wisest brains. All men can see the tactics whereby I conquer, but none can see the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Do not repeat tactics which have gained one victory. Regulate methods by infinite variety of circumstances. Military tactics are like water, avoiding what is strong and striking what is weak. To take a long and circuitous route after enticing enemy out of the way, starting after him, and reaching the goal before him shows knowledge of the artifice of deviation. In war, the general receives commands from sovereign and must blend and harmonize different elements before pitching camp. Ponder and deliberate before making a move, such is the art of maneuvering. A whole army may be robbed of its spirit. A commander's presence of mind is crucial to maintain order and courage. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Make enemy believe there is a way to safety and thus prevent desperate fighting. Camp in high places facing the sun, not on high hills but knolls or hillocks. After crossing rivers, get far away from them so as not to be hindered in evolution. Hold your army on hard ground free from disease. Careful with men and camp placement will spell victory. The art of war recognizes 9 varieties of ground: dispersive, facile, contentious, open, intersecting highways, serious, difficult, hemmed in, and desperate ground. On different grounds, different tactics apply. On dispersive, inspire unity. On facile, keep close connection. On contentious, hurry rear. On narrow passes, strongly garrison. On hemmed in, resort to stratagem. On desperate ground, fight. Rapidity is the essence of war. Seize opportunities quickly and strike unexpected spots. Movements must be secret. Deceive even your own soldiers by false appearances and keep them in total ignorance to confuse the enemy. Place your army in deadly peril and it will survive. Plunge it into desperate straits and it will come off in safety. There are 5 ways of attacking with fire. Burn soldiers in camp, burn stores, burn baggage trains, burn arsenals and magazines. Hurl dropping fire among enemy. There is a proper season and special days for attacks with fire. When weather is dry and winds rise, follow 6 developments for fire attack strategy. Move not unless you see an advantage. Use troops only when there is something to be gained. Fight not unless the position is critical. Raising a host and marching at great distances entails heavy loss and drain on state resources. Daily expenditure and burdens on labor must be considered. To remain ignorant of the enemy's condition because of unwillingness to pay for spies is the height of inhumanity. Knowledge of enemy's dispositions can only be obtained through human spies. 5 types: local, inward, converted, doomed, and surviving spies. The use of spies is the sovereign's most precious faculty. Converted spies aid in acquiring local and inward spies, enable use of doomed spies for deception, and surviving spies bring news from enemy camp.